I want to thank you for joining me for a minute as we start our road to success for 2021. This video and the meeting that we're going to be having with our current 8th graders is meant to help our students prepare for the next steps of their academic journey as they get ready for high school. Let me start by introducing myself for some of you that may not know me. My name is Clint Mitchell and I serve as the high school principal here at Mobile Christian. This is going to be my 4th year working in that capacity, and I really love the opportunity to work with our students and families. I'm really excited to get the opportunity to work with your students throughout their high school careers and help in any way that I possibly can. As we get things rolling, let's take just a minute to look at some of the things that make the experience at MCS a unique one. We've been very blessed to have some awesome coaches and competitive sports teams over the past few years. And as we record this video, we have top-ranked sports teams in the state getting ready to compete in spring playoffs. We even have bass fishing and esports teams. We have a diverse arts department that includes drama, chorus, band, art, and even more. Tons of clubs for students to participate in. And there's all kinds of opportunities for you to get involved here at MCS. Another unique aspect is the spiritual growth side of things. There's nothing more important to me as high school principal than the spiritual growth and maturity of your student. We have Bible classes each year and chapel every day, as well as many spiritual clubs and organizations. Spiritual Emphasis Week is a week where we take time to focus even more in depth and conclude that week usually with Serve Mobile Day, where we spend the entire day in service to the community. Again, this is the most important aspect of what we do. Our academics have been proven to be very successful and includes the option to take several dual enrollment courses while you're here at MCS. We have several students that graduate with over 20 hours of college credit, and you will be able to get even more than that as we look to expand our offerings and save money and time for our students. We can also see the success of our senior classes. For the second year in a row, 100% of our senior class has been accepted to college and received a scholarship. I'm thankful for our staff's commitment in providing these options for our students. And I can assure you that you're going to have a teaching staff and administration that cares for your student as an individual. As I've already mentioned, and you'll hear me say it 1,000 times more, I want to help you in whatever way that I possibly can. Needless to say, I'm really excited about the opportunities that are going to be available to you over the next several years. However, there's some information you probably need as you get ready to select classes for the beginning of your high school career. Currently, students are required to achieve 29 credit hours for graduation from MCS, including 4 years in each course subject. We have 2 different tracks that you can choose from to achieve those credits. One is our standard college prep track, and the other is our honors track. While these tracks are very similar in many of the courses that are taken, the biggest difference is typically that the honors classes are taught at more of an honors pace and honors depth compared to the college prep classes. The honors tracks also where dual enrollment and the honors diploma come from. The requirements for the honors diploma are actually listed in our student handbook that you can find on our school website. But what's most important is for you to choose the track where you can be successful. Students may want to be on the honors track but struggle to keep their GPA where it needs to be, and the vice versa could be true as well. Some may be on the college prep track and be breezing through and miss the opportunity for some cheap college credit. One thing to remember, a student has to have an 87.5 or above in the previous class to be able to move up to the honors track from the other. Ultimately, what we want to do is help you make the best decision for yourself and your family. And over the next couple of weeks, those of you who are enrolled for next school year are going to be getting your course selection sheets. These documents are used to try to put you in the classes that you want to take most next year. On these documents, you'll find the classes that students have the option to take for 9th grade, as well as some of our graduation requirements. Something to keep in mind as you fill this out is that there are some things that you have to have, like a PE credit. For students who are going to be playing high school sport, your PE credit's usually already taken care of. However, you can also get your PE credit from a PE class or even marching band. One other credit you have to have is an art credit, and that can be gotten by taking art, band, broadcast journalism, chorus, drama, music theory, yearbook, and even some more. In addition to these credits, there are some that are required each year, like math, science, history, English, Bible, and typically one other elective that classes are required to take each year in high school. Students do have some freedom, though, in their other electives to pick whatever interests them. I want to take just a minute now to encourage you about a couple different things that are going to be important moving forward. The first is what's called your high school transcript. Fortunately or unfortunately, colleges don't really care about how you did in middle school. So what colleges are really going to be looking at is what your grades look like starting in high school. And with you being in 9th grade next year, that means pretty soon. The grades that you make even your first semester of your freshman year stay with you as you apply to different schools in the future. So I encourage you to come in ready to work. High school can be a different animal for many students and requires more effort for some people. So I encourage you to bring your A game and to do your very best on everything that you have to do. The other big thing to consider is ACT scores. I encourage you even already to be looking at prep materials, prep courses, and things as soon as you can. Again, maybe fortunate for some and unfortunate for others, colleges make a lot of decisions regarding financial aid and admissions with some of these scores. The ACT is a norm reference test, which means it compares you to other students throughout the country. The best way to do well on this is to really focus on what you do outside of the normal school day to prepare you for that test. I want to close with some tips, tricks, and advice for you guys for next school year. You see, I'm a firm believer that the experiences are often what we make them. And if you want to have a great high school experience, MCS is a great place to do it. I encourage you to step in and get involved in the various activities, clubs, and organizations that we have available. Make friends. That all looks good on resumes. I want to encourage you not to stress about your future too much. I encourage you to work in a way that you'll be able to choose to do whatever you want to do. But don't worry about not knowing what that might be quite yet. I remember having a counselor come by when I was in 7th grade and talk to me about how important it was for us to know what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go. And I wish that 13-year-old me had known that I would continue to change my mind over the next several years, and that's perfectly okay. Prepare for whatever lies ahead, but don't stress about the path that you'll take to get there. I want to encourage you to stay organized. I've seen several middle school boys' backpacks before. I even had a middle school boys' backpack before. Go ahead and start doing things where you can have them ready and available when you need them. You're never going to regret being prepared or being organized. Last thing I want to encourage you to work on is self-reliance. Oftentimes our parents have done a lot for us up to this point in our lives, which is perfectly fine. However, high school is just 4 years that we have to prepare you to go out and be ready to live and work on your own. Start honing those skills now. Don't rely on your parents to keep you organized or keep you motivated. Being a self-starter who's ready to go and do awesome things will really help you out. Again, I want to reiterate how excited I am to have the opportunity to get to work with you guys over the next several years. And I want to put some of my contact information out there for you if you have any additional questions. I hope that you'll let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you with. Please know that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your students. I'm praying for this transition, and that ultimately they will be able to become all that God wants them to be. Thank you again for joining us for a little while today. And again, I'll look forward to hearing from you if you have any questions or if you'd just like to talk. Thanks.